Hello everyone, welcome on the new Thursday live session. Today we will talk about the opaque watercolor and we will show how they are. And first of all, we can go on the Syllab map and we can I can show you where to find them just a little bit. So we open the search finder and then you go to the transparency and the opaque colors. There are 8 results, but the opaque watercolor are 7. So you have the yellow bismuth band-aid, you have the chromium green oxide, you have the English red earth, the Venetian red, the Indian red, the graphite gray, and under the graphite gray, you have the lime black. So just it's very simple, just slow down on the transparency. You can click on compare, but I'm selecting this, and you can see the opaque, all are opaque on this line. And then you can see all the features. They are all monopigment with single pigment, and they have even if they are opaque, they have different granulation and different stainings. So then you can click on the cross and come back. This is the syllab. And now Giovanni can show you the colors and show directly from the tube and from the sticks, because we have also some sticks.
Okay, thank you to all. And starting with the first is bismuth vanillate yellow in the brochure. Look, this is the characteristics available in 15 millimeter, 5, and in stick. But they have the small tube, and the black, the dot is for the in the brochure is opaque and is not granulating, and the pigment is pigment yellow 184. And starting to show first in tube. Sorry. And in stick. Remember, you don't use the stick similar to crayon, but in this mode is the better mode. Okay. And the second is chromium green oxide. I'm able to show in the list. Okay, I search, sorry. Oops. Okay. Opaque, available only in the big tube. Granulating, yes. The pigment green, 17.
Telephone.
It's a beautiful green.
Don't worry about the gum rabbit.
Yeah, don't worry about mixing.
I'm sorry, what was the yellow called again, please?
The bismuth vanillate.
No, vero.
This is okay, the bismuth and chromium green oxide is very opaque color. For the landscape series.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
These opaques, what's the difference between the wash and these ones? What's the difference?
the gouache is have a little more pigment inside, but the gouache is completely opaque, completely.
Okay.
This is opaque, but about the watercolor is different because the transparent is different from the gouache.
Okay. No, I understand. Okay.
You're welcome.
I'm just still working with the sticks and you're with a new thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No problem. Okay. The another is India red, is very particular red in the brochure. Okay. Okay. This is available in the big tube, small tube, and half pen granulated, a pigment red 100-01 and opaque. Beautiful combination color. Very strong red. In combination with this green, for example, for the base, for the tree, is perfect.
Si vede riversare il foglio.
Oh, sorry. And another red is one of my favorite, is Venetian red. I use, for example, for my black background, before the black, I use this red for create the warm surface before the black. And for the cool surface, I use the shadow violet, for example. The Venetian red in the brochure is near the Indian, available in the big tube and half pen. Pigment red, similar, 100-01, and opaque. This red is more light to Indian. It is more warm. It's very, very beautiful. The last red is English red heart. Another interesting opaque color. Not sure is here. Available only in the big tube, granulating and opaque, and the same pigment red 100-01. It's a lot of water in this case. Very interesting. Check the difference for Indian, Venetian, and English red. Okay, and the dark color now starts with the graphite gray. They have in the tube and sticks. The graphite gray is very interesting color because it represents the similar your pencil tone, and in the brochure, sorry, is here near the neutral tint, available in big tube and sticks, not granulating, and opaque, pigment black tan. Okay. Very strong color. Very opaque color. And it sticks. Little line or my brush strokes. For example, an interesting experiment mixing with the graphite gray. Take the ceramic cups,
Eyedropper.
eyedropper, water, and use the sticks for diluting your color. And take one of this red, for example, the Indian red, or create this tone similar to the pencil for the
Cos'è la sanguigna?
mm,
Sanguigna.
in Italy it's called sanguigna. Leonardo da Vinci used this type of pencil for the projects. But I have the characteristic with the graphite gray with this tone. It's very interesting.
It works like the neutral tint, no? It's very nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Funziona come la tinta neutra.
Yes and no, but it is more covered. The neutral tint is more transparent. But this interesting mix is very, very good. And the last is my all my work depending from this color is lamp black. It's very the most very
The darkest
the
one.
darkest color in the list, or the list. Tube. The sticks in the brochure.
You find near the white.
It's lamp black, available in the tube and sticks, pigment black 6, non-granulating and completely opaque.
And high staining.
High staining. And use this black for my black background in my painting. It's very strong. but for example, not arriving at the result in 1, 3, or 4 layer, but use this black for example 50 layer because I love the mixing with my sea sponge and take the color and arriving at the total black in this mode. Sorry. And use it before this, for example, the Venetian red for warming this black. After the grisaille, or take directly for covering this part of white, take with my sticks. And covering. And when all this part of black drying, have a little difference with the sea sponge and the dot from my brushes, and create not a flat surface, black surface flat, but have a movement. Okay, now I try to explain better this process. Okay, this is the 7 opaque color, and go to Sabine. Thank you.
Thank you, Gio.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and hello, world, all over this world. We have here 7 colors, and I can show you. I always make a little fab card from the colors. Bismuth, one day yellow, and Indian red, and English red earth, chromium green, oxide, and Venetian red. And I choose the bismuth, the Indian red, and the green, the chromium green, to make a sunflower. So you see with the yellow and the Indian red, we have here some orange we create. And so I make a big fab card first. And I see it's just a little bit autumn. It's late summer or the first autumn. I think from the colors you can draw. And so I make the sunflowers. And maybe for the middle, you can use the Venetian red too, but I use the Indian red. And then we have the graphite gray and the lamp black. And I create that face. And this is with the graphite gray. And you see, you can put colors out. And this is the lamp black. Here is the most color on it. And then I just use with water. And you see how much you can take water on it, and you see just the sign. And did you see this little people? I love it to make with the brush and the shadow. And so I have so much fun. So I create a new face. And I'm just here to work it out. And you see, I make that little rose on the side, and I have a flat pencil. And I go inside and take the leaves out. And so you can form special pictures. You can take in roses or sunflowers, but I love to paint that just monochrome. That means one color. And I love this, yes, this palette, this gray. It's very useful to make faces and to create shadow and deeps and light areas to bring that face to live. And did you see? Here is another rose. And yeah, maybe we can look here. But at that time, I go inside. Where is my little brush here? And here I have a little with that chocolate box. Yes. And here is the lamp black. This is from the tube and this is with water. So I have a little bit more thin and just the color. And I can use the colors how I want. And here I just make another rose on. And so you can play a little bit around and can put some flowers inside the hair. Because it's summertime. And a little bit water. And you can put some colors out to make a little bit more lighter areas and dark areas. So we form again. And here you see the graphite gray. You can put it better out than the lamp black.
Sabine, we're all mesmerized. Beautiful.
Pardon?
We're mesmerized. It's
Oh.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Are gorgeous.
Thank you. It's just I just started with faces. I'm not so much the specialist, but today I think, oh wow, it's my day for faces. And
It
so,
is your day for faces.
yes.
That's amazing.
Thank you. I'm so happy and it's so funny for me to make it. You have days you are all painters and you are all paint. I think you all can paint watercolor, and you have days you can paint all, and you have days you can paint nothing. And when you can paint all, so make it and use the day to paint.
don't want to watch this. No good.
Yes. Maybe some splatters here. I don't know. And the rose here is too much. But here, you see here, it's another one. And maybe there. Oh, so you can play and make, and it's just like a game. And we play not enough. And it don't you don't must make so much, you know, you just like some rounds and it's a rose. The eye is and your brain is such clever, you just need some leaves from a rose and some rounds, and your eyes tell you it's a rose, and it's amazing too. So thank you so much to look at my rose mate. And so we can go to Ashley.
I was looking at that chromium green oxide on that sunflower that Savine did. And I'm obsessed with the granulation of it. It's so beautiful. This is actually a new color for me. So I think I'm going to play with it more now. Beautiful. So yeah, here's the colors I have. Got the lamp black, which Sabine so beautifully demonstrated with her portrait. And then the chromium green oxide. And I've drawn a line here so you can kind of get an idea of the opacity levels. I mean, look at this bismuth vanadate yellow. Carrie, one of our ambassadors, has referred to this as a bully, this color. And I wanted to show what she means by it being a bully. So I'm going to put some water down. Put some water on this paper. And then we'll pick, what color should we pick? Let's do Venetian red. Let's watch that color play in the water here. We'll put that down. We'll go closer for you. There we go. Okay. So we've got our Venetian red. Oh, such a beautiful color. I was just in Italy over the past little while, and I definitely used this color quite a bit for all the buildings and whatnot. Beautiful color. Okay, now let's see what this yellow is gonna do if we drop it in. Do you think? Let's see. See that? Let me get a little more water. So this is what we refer to as a pushy color. This yellow just loves to push everybody out of the way. What? Amazing. Really pushy color. Very beautiful. I'm just adding some water. Droplets. I think most of these colors are granulating. Correct me if I'm wrong. Look at that. Let it play. So here's the Venetian red and the Indian red kind of side by side. You can see that the Indian red is a little more, has a little more of the earthy tone to it, and the Venetian's a little bit warmer. But those are two great colors to have in your palette, especially if you're traveling, painting buildings, rocks. Fantastic colors. Okay. So what I've done, I want to play. We'll have a little play, as my Australian friends say. Have a little play. And here I have taken all the colors and just from the tube and just put them on here. And let's see what they do. I'm just feeling a little bit adventurous today. It's raining outside at my house and I need some color. I have no idea what this is gonna do, you guys. I'm a little nervous, but it's just paper. We're gonna survive this together. Okay, here we go. Let's see. It's so interesting to see which colors kind of explode first. And I think it depends on the pigment particles, the weight of the different pigments, how heavy they are, and that will determine what spreads the fastest. All right, these were dry, so they're kind of wake up. Wake up.
Ashley, that is so cool.
Isn't that fun? It's one of my favorite things to do when I just want to have a play, not worry about, oh, look at the green that I just created. It's almost like an olive. I think that's the Venetian red, the chromium green oxide, the yellow, all mixed together. Just so fun. Look at that. You just never know what you're going to create until you play around. Awesome. Okay, I want to do one more little demonstration to see what this yellow will do when you put it with black. So here I've got a lamp black stick here. So I'm going to put it on my tile here. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. If you need a good mixing palette and you don't want to spend a lot and you like porcelain, go to your local department, or not department store, go to your local like Home Depot, Lowe's, and get a tile. Just get a white tile. I think I paid $2.50 for this massive tile. It's huge. It's amazing. And it's like my favorite mixing surface. So just a little pro tip for you. I like to save money so that I have more money to spend on paint. Okay. Get this just damp. I'm gonna pick up that black and just see what we're gonna do here. This is such a versatile color because it can create, you see this, it could create grays if you need grays. And like Gio was showing, you keep layering it and it gives you just a velvety, beautiful black. It's amazing. All right, we need some yellow. What? Look at that. Look at that bossy, pushy color. It's almost like if you wanted to create a light in a dark scene, like fireflies in the night, you could use this bismuth vanadate yellow. Does that not look like fireflies? It'd be really fun to paint a jar and then put some fireflies in it with this. My fireflies. I'm so ready for summertime. Isn't that cool? What a great color. I actually haven't played with this color a whole lot, so this is a lot of fun. It's like sunshine in a tube. What a great color. Bismuth vanadate. Yeah, you do have to be careful because it will push everybody out of the way and take over. If any of you have any mixing requests, please shoot them in the chat. Thank you.
So Giovanni is using again his sponge technique, using the black over a background of yellow, then chromium oxide, and then black.
Yeah, now I'm starting to with the bismuth vanadate yellow for creating a little more surface. But in this case, I apply the chromium oxide for more cool surface, and this is Venetian red for warmer. And this process is my process for arriving at this result. After layer and layer and layer, arriving at totally black. I see in my big screen, I show better. Okay, arriving after, in this case, I don't remember very well, but I think 24 layer of the sponge.
Wow.
It's a long process. And when the sponge don't arrive, for example, when use the rough paper, take the sticks, and obviously not this big brush, but this
Smaller one.
small, is very, very small, or this, in this case, is a 10-0 brush,
And cover the gap.
and covering all the white, all.
The gaps.
Imagine the big surface in a full sheet. It's a long process, but I
Well,
like.
oh,
Yeah,
sorry. I was just
Sure.
gonna say, that looks like it would be a good process to use if you wanted those little bits of white to stick out, to
Yes.
just, add sparkle.
yeah,
Yes.
yes. I love this because create a perfect movement surface, black surface, and create the shadows in the shadows.
The opaque undertone is very interesting because it gives a uniformity on the paper.
And continue to apply many layers. And waiting to dry. Okay, and for example, now I show it the color, the opaque color on black, on Mars black ground. This is all the color. This is obviously in this part is a lamb black, graphite gray, and red ochre, red earth, Indian red, Venetian red, green chromium oxide, and bismuth vanadate. It's very covering. And for example, now I show this is the last session
Last week.
For example, what is most green. And now I, for example, taken directly from the tube with mass tone. Indian red. English red. And graphite gray. Very strong. And the last is
Black.
black. It's very completely opaque and covering. Perfect for the color.
Maybe this is more transparent.
Yeah, a little transparent because I use a little quantity of water. Okay.
Gio,
Yeah.
do the lamp black and the graphite gray look a little different when they dry? Because on
Yeah.
the screen, they look the same.
Yeah, it's same, but I try to power off my light.
The gray.
Yeah, I know it's hard, but
A dark gray, because
So the-
graphite gray is a dark gray.
oh, now I can see the difference.
Oh, no,
Now I
It's
can see the
little-
difference. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, whatever you want, all show your mixing with the opaque color. Okay, continues to Sabine.
Anna, do
Anna.
you have some? Yes or no?
Hi, everybody. I don't have any opaque watercolors, but I'm experimenting. I recently got the oh sorry the wash, so that's I'm painting with wash today,
Yeah.
which is really opaque, and I'm really new to it. So I am I don't know if you want to see it, but well let's see it. I'm halfway. I was following a YouTube of Pablo Ruben the other day. I missed his and I did this watercolor. He guided it, and so today I'm just starting to do it. This is wash.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, sorry, so this is watercolor I was following, and this is wash. So it's opaque, but it's not watercolors. It's and I know, and I'm using it like watercolors, and I know
even-
Giovanni is going to scold me for doing that.
Yeah. But the thing is,
Because
that
I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm very new to wash. So that's there you go.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Pablo Rubens, oh, the way he does water, and you've
Oh.
captured it. That is so good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
missed the live. I couldn't attend, and so I watched him on YouTube, and he is amazing. He really is. So I need to practice more. So there.
So good.
Anna,
Okay.
Anna is amazing. Is amazing.
Oh, thank you, Giovanni. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you too. You're welcome.
Oh, nice.
Another thing that Giovanni can show you, it's
Okay.
it's a black watercolor ground.
Yeah, that's black.
And he's applying again another opaque watercolor. So even if the watercolors are opaque, remember that they keep the transparency instead of gouache that are fully opaque.
Yeah, line the base for the landscape. And use the black for create the undertones.
In our home is in dark evening, so we have the lamp. It's night. We can overlap all the opaque colors.
And what a good idea, Gio, to show it on these black spots so we see the power of the color.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
great.
Again, this is Big Band-Aid yellow.
So beautiful.
Thank you. And create a very interesting mixing with this opaque color. Sample now I take with my sticks. With my fingers, sorry. Fine, or with the flat brush, removing and continue. Okay. Go to Sabine. Thank you. Sabine.
Yes. Did you hear me? Oh no, I think my
Yeah.
No, perfect,
yes.
perfect.
Ah, okay. Thank you. I just work on my another face here, and I tell you I have the face day today, and you see first I have here the graphite gray, and later I go in with the lamp black, and so I can show you I have some spots where the darkest areas are, and so I can form a little bit better, and I must be a little bit careful because the lamp black is not so good to take it out the paper, and so I must be just a little bit careful where I go with the color and where not. And of course you can go in with colors, with other colors, but maybe with the Venetian red. If you have a picture that you make just one color with lights and shadows, monochrome, and you put one color in, so it's just pang, and that's amazing. And I just try it. I go in with the Venetian red, and because like Ashley, we met us in Bologna, and it's a famous city, and it's just built with stones, just in the color of that Venetian red. Just a little bit careful. Later we can make it more dark. And I must think about where are, I think from here, I take the graphite from the tube here on the paper. And I wish I do not, you see, but it's just the exercise. There is the light. And did you see how less color you need to make some action on that picture? It's amazing. I love this color. It's
It's
very pretty
creating
warm
depth.
and give you a feeling of Italian. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sabine. As another, Ashley.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm here. All right, so here's our first little mixture where I dropped the yellow into the Venetian red. Thought it turned out really pretty.
Very pretty.
See all that granulation? Very pretty. I wanted to point something out. So even though we're calling these opaque colors, I was able to mix and get some really beautiful skin tones. So you add a little bit of water and you play, and you can still use these opaque colors for skin. I mean, how luminous would these be for a portrait?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's very beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, a little
that's
bit of the
good
green
idea.
and so green and red being opposite on the color spectrum create brown. They neutralize each other out. So a little bit of like over here, I've got Venetian red and the chromium green oxide, giving us some more darker skin. And then all the way over on the spectrum to the lighter tones. So even though it's opaque, it's so versatile. Very beautiful.
That's
This
a
one,
great
so
idea.
the bismuth vanadate and the Venetian create these really peachy tones here. Really pretty. So that's starting here all the way over to here are the bismuth vanadate and the Venetian. And then I started adding in a little bit of green, as you can see. So really all of the Daniel Smith colors are versatile. You can do so much with them. Oh, here's my jar. I tried to make it into a jar. Those are my fireflies.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you. Might have to cut it out and hang it from a string.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
so great.
That's so fun. Oh, the lamp black and the bismuth vanadate make a really pretty olive color. That's what that is here. Isn't that pretty? Look at this bloom. And the yellow. So even in the bloom, the yellow kind of still made its appearance. And then this is the chromium green oxide and the bismuth vanadate yellow for if you want to warm it up a little bit and create more of a nice bright lime green. So that was fun. And then this is also, so that's the Venetian and the bismuth vanadate. Look at that peachy. Oh, I love that. We discover so many fun colors on these Thursday lives. I would have never put those two colors together. So fun.
I like the middle one where it looks like backlighting. If you were trying to backlight something.
Are you talking about
put
this?
Yes, if you turn it upside down the other
Uh-huh.
way, you can imagine what it'd be like if the sun was behind the front.
Yeah.
That make any sense?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I like that.
You really wouldn't think of mixing black with anything, but truly yellow and black always, well, I'll say always, but usually makes green of some kind. Especially like neutral tint and yellow. Oh, beautiful greens you get from that. And here's our little experiment starting to dry. Bring it closer. Oh, I love those blooms.
It came out real nice.
Just magical. I think if the paint in the middle hadn't have been so dry, I think we would have seen a lot more dispersion, but it had already begun to dry. This is a really fun thing to do. Just take some paint and take your tube and just kind of dab it. Then wet one side, wet the other, and then right down the middle, and you'll just see the colors explode. It's really fun. Very
Yeah.
therapeutic as well.
Yeah. With the opaque color is beautiful.
Fun to play. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Ashley.
Ashley. Another, the mixing with the opaque color. Okay, is my last. It's very fun.
Oh, Gio, it's beautiful.
It's very, very simple, but the opaque color is I have a multiple essence because it's I have the velvet surface similar to gouache, but it's not gouache, obviously. It's very interesting for working on the watercolor on black surface. Very, very interesting. And coverings. Okay. I think
I think that's it for today. Unless
Yeah.
there's, I don't, yeah, okay, we have 2 minutes left. But just want to say thank you to Giovanni and Leticia, of course, to our support brand
Thank you.
ambassadors, Ashley, Sabine, and even Anna Maria. And I know Stella is also inside. Thank you guys for helping us answer questions on chat. Tomorrow, our guest is all the way coming from, of course, live from Dubai. It's going to
Yeah.
be Atul Panache. I'm not even sure if I'm saying his last name correctly, but John will be with us. Panse? How do you say it, Gio?
Atul Panse.
Panse.
Okay.
Okay, that's the last name. So we'll all see you tomorrow, Friday at 10:30 in the morning. Hopefully, John won't be too tired so that he can join us tomorrow. He's actually on his way back to Seattle today. So thank you again for being here on Thursday Live and see you tomorrow.
Thank
Bye,
you to all.
everyone.
Thank you.
you.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.